Alright, we're going to be tackling the version 1.5 Memory of Chaos stages using 4-star units. For this video, I'm going to go through stages 1 through 5 all together, just because they're the lower stages and at the later points of the game, they're fairly easy, so I thought I'd batch them all together, and then tackle 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10 all in their own videos. So for stage 1, it's going to be nothing fancy. The Memory of Turbulence buff is that every time you're using an alt or a skill, you get like a point, and then at the end of each cycle, a hit will be performed for every point you have. So, you know, you pretty much want to use that skills and ultimate as much as possible. The teams are going to be Susheng, Herta. We'll go with Pella, and why not Natasha? Team 2 is going to be a fire team, consisting of Fire Trailblazer, Gwyneth, Hook, and Asta. So, I did take a bit of a break, so I wasn't able to get the videos out for the previous Memory of Chaos things. So I wanted to do a video for Gwyneth, or kind of focus on her more, and since I didn't get to do that last Memory of Chaos, I'll focus it on it here. Why is this so laggy? Okay. And we'll just use a skill for now. We'll get off Bella's ultimate. Might as well use her as ult. And another skill. And let's see how much damage this thing does. Could be better, honestly. So, this is an interesting buff. It's going to be great for when Hanya comes out with the next banner, since I believe from the sneak previews we were given, she will help skill point heavy teams by generating a skill point or something through her skill. So I imagine she's going to be really great with this Memory of Chaos buff. But otherwise, units that just use their skills a bunch will also be great, like Jingliu. Her every action is considered a skill when she's enhanced, so she's a great option. Chinchua, and etc. We'll just go on this guy a little bit more, since we have a bunch of skill points. We might as well waste them all just to boost our next point of damage, and we will, guess we'll heal Natasha. The thing that's nice is that your healers kind of can generate some damage now just by healing through their skills. I guess Luoka would be another good option if his passive counts, because he would be using a skill passively when you're taking a lot of damage. There's just a lot of interesting interactions you can do with it. Don't name them all, but you know, get the gist of it. Alright, and I will say, this is the team I was more excited for. I've been testing out Gwyneth quite a bit, and I really like her. I've been bringing her along as a sub DPS for the most part, but a lot of the time she kind of feels like she's just stealing Hook's spot as the main DPS. She's just really good. This team is very skill point heavy. In the future, I'm gonna consider switching out Asta for Hanya, just so that we can get some like skill point generation here, because when Hook and Gwyneth are both using their skills every turn, it's just really resource heavy, especially when they're running fast. Alright, this should blow everything up. Oh, I didn't even notice that they switched it to be like Memory of Chaos 6+, where it's 2 waves. I really didn't notice that last time. Okay, well that's interesting. We'll use our ult here. For future content, forget what it was called, but they did announce that they're introducing a new game mode with version 1.6 that's gonna kind of alternate with Memory of Chaos, and I am definitely looking forward to that, and I do want to cover it. I'll have to see how it looks. Preferably it'll be with 4-star units, but if it's actually pretty difficult, I might consider using 5-star units, such as like the featured banner units or even the standard banner units more specifically, because I would want to avoid using like units that you just can't obtain right now, because there's really no point in that. Yeah, we'll just see what the future holds. Alright, stage 1 wasn't too bad. Alright, this one's gonna be interesting. We're gonna go with a fire team again, with Trailblazer, Queen, Hook, and Asta. You could bring some other units here, like March 7th. Could be another alternative to Trailblazer or something. I'm running Trailblazer because of the new, whatchamacallums, planetary set, which are really nice when you're running all the same element. Team 2 is gonna be Sushang. Who are they? Oh, the new one. Okay. This is one of those times where it'd be great to have Hanya right now, just for another physical unit. We'll go Pella, Yukon, and Natasha. Yeah, I do want to build up Luca in the future, because right now he's just not really doing much, and with the new set, I think I can make him a pretty decent unit. And then when you throw Hanya in there to help with the skill point problems that team would face, I think it'd be a pretty solid physical team.
Lance at the right.
Ah, that's annoying. So, the ape isn't really super scary. The only thing you kind of have to watch out for is to make sure that you don't have your squishy units getting targeted by it. And that's really easy to mitigate just by looking at the turn order and using the skill of your tankiest unit, and not having, say, Asta using her skill before the ape hits. Otherwise, yeah, it's a pretty simple boss.
Everything is on stars. Give these trailblazers your blessing. Lance ablaze.
We'll throw a Trailblazer ult here. I'm gonna focus on the monkey first. And we'll use our Gwenethan ult into our Hook ultimate. When you're running Gwenethan, she has some pretty good break damage, or break effect just from her traces, so it's pretty nice to have her being the breaker when possible. Otherwise, you know, just use whoever you can. But if she does weakness break, it's gonna be your strongest weakness break on the team, most likely. Alright, yeah, those guys weren't too difficult. Unfortunately, these are all pretty offensive techniques, so we'll just use Pella. I'm still working on getting the relic sets on all characters they're like good for, because I do want to get the speed one on Sushang, because through her passive she can give herself a pretty big speed boost, and I think she can get to that 165 point buff pretty easily. And then of course building up characters like Luca and such with the new sets. It's just going to take a lot of farming, so I can't really get it too quickly. But I do want to try to build up as many as I can before that 1.6 update when the new game mode comes out, just because I want to play around with them. Alright.
Stay the course.
Want to see what I can do?
So Bronya gets stronger when there's other units on the field. This is actually interesting because they made Bronya a lot stronger in the earlier stages by having it like this,
Enemy targets detected.
where they're doing it like stages 6 and up by combining the bosses, because Bronya in the past wasn't really a threat until stage 6 plus, but now she can actually pose quite a problem.
Now or never.
Alright, we'll heal up.
Just a little something.
Thank you, comrade.
We'll just basic attack. We'll throw this up.
Wind is rising.
We're gonna focus new boss, whatever her name is. The Spectral Envoy.
Enemy data's net markers activated. Time for a good old counterattack.
I don't really have good impressions of this new Memory of Chaos buff. Like, it's alright, but going out of your way to try to take advantage of it isn't really all that great. Okay.
Commencing support.
Okay, now I'll use Sushang up here so that we can kind of benefit from Yukon's buff. Break with our skill, and that's some pretty decent damage. And yeah. Pretty easy fight. Interesting as well. I didn't know that they changed the Memory of Chaos 6. It's my first dip into it for version 1.5. Huh. Svarog and... Okay, this first stage isn't really anything. Okay, the teams for stage 3 are going to be Don Hong. We'll go with Herda, Yukon, and... Honestly, I kind of want to go March 7th just to kind of benefit from the Memory of Chaos buff. Even though it's not like super strong, it's like might as well get it. For team 2, we're just gonna go fire heavy again with Fire Trailblazer, Gwyneth, Hook, and Asta. For this team, there's not really much benefit to using other units unless you have 5 stars, because we could bring Serval, but she's not out DPSing Hook or Gwyneth for the most part. And then you're also just getting the benefit from them all being fire with that new planar set. It's just a really good team. Alright. We have a lot of passive skills this time, so we can start out the battle more buffed up.
Move carefully.
I do like using Herda a lot for the Disciples of Sanctus Medicus fight because she's really great for dealing with his minions. And he just makes her really strong.
What are you? Try that again.
Alright.
No interest in me.
Oh, that was on the wrong target. Let's get Herda's ult off here.
Do you know who I am? This big diamond! It's all yours!
Okay. It looks like it's decent for a single target.
Fighting.
I'm also running Herda with the new set. She just gets 8 stacks really easily with her spins, and then it kind of makes her single target attack stronger once it's down to just the boss, and she keeps those stacks up for quite a while. We'll focus on... Might as well go for Sanctus Medicus. We'll get Yukon's buff up, and then we should be able to get the minions below 50% with just Herda's skill.
The wind is rising. Boom! From the bow!
Right.
Honored to meet with you. Time to twirl.
Now hit off with Don Hong. Might finish off the boss. Yeah, close. Well,
Try hard to watch this awesome move.
alright. I had March 7th prepared to weakness break the minions again, but I guess it wasn't needed.
No interest.
Okay, great. Now we have a bunch of stacks of the buff. Okay, I'll admit it's a sizable amount of damage when it's just a single target. One thing you'd have to watch out for is making sure you kill all the summons so that they don't absorb it all. Who are we up against first? Decaying Shadow. Honestly, Gwyneth's probably good enough. I like starting it out with her just to get the Fire Kiss, but Asta's another great option because you could get a head start on her buffs. Especially during the time when you're going to be consuming the most skill points. Okay. And with that, we're going to skip Decaying Shadows first or second attack, so she should go into her loop. Yep. So if you weakness break her, after she uses her first attack, she skips her second attack and goes into this third attack. Once she's here, you can just continuously weakness break her, and she'll just continue casting this one charge up ability. It's just a really easy way to get through this fight without taking any damage, especially if you're struggling. We'll save the skill point. Alright. And we'll get an Asta ult off here.
Give these Trailblazers your blessing.
I use Hook to deal with this one. We'll target the Decaying Shadow first. She can be a bit of a nuisance, so I don't want her getting too powerful. With this, we can skip her second turn, so we don't have to worry about any damage from her for the rest of the fight. Svarog, I think, should summon some minions with the next turn, so we'll be sure to take care of those. I actually don't fight him very often, so I don't have his pattern down to memory like a lot of the other bosses. But I guess it doesn't matter. Alright. And stage 4. Okay, this thing again. Interesting weaknesses. It'll be interesting when Dr. Ratio comes out to help with all this imaginary weaknesses. I feel like there's so many imaginary weak bosses, but we just don't have a lot of imaginary DPSs, so it would really be nice to get an imaginary 4-star, because Yukon's kind of holding it all on her own right now. I guess I'll bring Serval, because why not? Actually, no, I think I'll just hyper carry Sushang with Tingyun and... Do I want... I guess Pella. And I'll finish it off with Natasha. Team 2 will consist of... I'll go Herta. Actually, why not Gwenevin, honestly? Yukon and Lynx. Because, you know, Lynx is just a fun unit. Alright.
Cool it.
I'm gonna initiate with Pella just because the defense break is really nice.
I won't surrender.
Those Dragonfish also have defense break, so that's a good thing to look out for if you're running of lightning AoE unit like Serval.
Ready for another? Welcome, customers.
There we go, we'll buff up Sushang, then just have her wail on the boss a bit. Some decent damage.
Enemy data secure net markers activated.
Interesting.
Time for a good old counterattack.
This we get our debuff up. We'll just have Tingyun attack, and then Sushang can break the boss. That'll do a bunch. Nice. Having no healer kind of sucks. Okay. That was a series of unfortunate events. I do like the restart, it's nice. Especially for the second fight, because you just don't have to play as flawlessly as you would normally have to, and yeah, it's just really nice to have. We'll change up the order of things. We'll have Sushang kill the Dragonfish.
Enemy targets detected. Ready for another?
Unscathed.
Take this. Surprise, Phoenix.
We'll use our ult on this one, and then we can focus on the boss. The decent part about hitting the Dragonfish is that they do actually inflict a defense break on all enemies, so, you know, it's not like you're losing a bunch of time by going out of your way to hit them. It's not as efficient as it could be. She hits really hard though, it's annoying.
You're the best.
Alright, now we'll have Sushank hit the boss. We'll buff her up.
Ready for another? Thanks for the support.
Yeah, want to see what I got?
Alright, this should
Have the upper hand.
not finish the boss, okay. This should finish the boss. There we go. Well, throw Tingyun's buff on her so that she's doing a little bit more damage. Then we'll get our pellet ult out. And I'm gonna target the Ascendant first. They're both annoying enemies, but I think the damage over time from the Ascendant just puts her a level above. There we go. Yeah. I don't need to waste a skill point yet. Heal up here.
Better late than never. Let's be friends.
Alright. We'll do that.
Enemy turn.
The basic attack. That should deal with the Ascended.
Enemy data sig net marker back.
And now I guess we hope that Tingyun can somehow avoid getting hit. Okay, sweet.
Time for a shot.
Now we heal up,
Better late than
do a bit of damage, do a bit more damage. Huh.
better late than never.
Alright,
Just a little something.
now let's just attack.
Take this. Rise, Phoenix.
We're gonna have to do a bit more research on this boss. It's been new, so I haven't really been documenting anything about it, but it looks like it's pretty annoying, so I should probably learn what it does.
Upgrade configured.
Alright, let's use as many passes as we can, then we'll just throw a stick of dynamite at it. You're not too worried about the second team, I think it's pretty solid. Okay, doke. We'll use our buff so that Herta's skill can do a bit more damage. There we go.
This big diamond. It's all yours. Turn up.
And we might as well weakness break it.
Time to twirl.
As easy as that.
Okay, pretty solid turn. We'll kind of focus on Direwolf a bit more, just because the team leader doesn't do anything on its second turn, so we can. Sorry, we don't have to weakness break it till its third turn, so we have a lot of time to kill.
Lesson inside.
Stay the course. For the cloud. The wind is rising.
With this, we'll get a pretty powerful Herta skill off. Yeah, enough to follow up. And we'll use Herta's ult. If this was a higher stage, I would have considered saving it until we weakness broke the team leader to deal with the next wave of minions.
Commence
Oh.
research.
I don't think that this difficulty is gonna be anything we need to worry about. Alright, and it absorbs nothing and just charges up. So now we just weakness break it, and that'll be the end of the fight for it. Let's do this and use our ult. This should do a bunch of damage because it'll detonate the burn damage on him.
To travel.
Also heal up for safety, and we can get rid of some of that bleed.
Thank you, comrade.
And if it doesn't die now, it'll probably die to the Memory of Chaos buff. Oh yeah, version 1.6 is also going to be introducing difficulties 11 and 12, which are going to be interesting. Which is definitely going to make me more eager to just do stages 6 and up for like more in-depth videos, but that might even change to 8 and up, considering how difficult 11 and 12 are. We'll just have to see. Oh, they're bringing the swarm out on stage 5. Huh. Alright, actually seeing as stage 5 introduces True Sting, I'm gonna keep this as a stage 1 through 4 video, and then do stage 5 tomorrow, just because I guess it's a little bit bigger than I thought it'd be. I'll go through all the characters I used, the light codes, traces, relics, all that, and I'll just mute now, so thanks for watching. Alright, any of you stuck around till now, thanks for watching again. This is the end of the video, and I will work on getting stage 5 out, preferably tomorrow, but I can't really promise it. I'd say ideally tomorrow unless I get busy. Anyways, catch you later.